came into my life. First of all, I lost my dad during my 10th standard. It was such a, I got, what to say, many financial criteria. I don't have much money to pay my fees and all. So basically what they did is they came into my life and made me much a beautiful guy. What to say, they helped me to pay my college fees, and I'm now pursuing my BCom A&F in my dream college, Loyola. And they are helping not only academic wise, they are helping apart from that, conducting more interactive classes like English classes and many outbound trainings, which will be more helpful for us. So say cheers to STF.
I think before talking about STF, I think I should talk about me, because I remember I lost my father when I was studying 10th standard. Right after me completing 10th standard, my first news was like, the news I got was my father is dead, he's no more. So I literally went into depression because I had 2 younger sisters and my mom was just 35 years old, I was 15, and my youngest sister was just 5 years old. So I didn't know what I'm gonna do next financially, or my physical health as well as my mental health, both was affected. And I remember getting a call from STF. Before the day, like the day I got the call, the day before I received a call from STF, like telling that you're gonna attend a Zoom meeting. I never knew what is all that. I didn't know what I'm gonna do, what they're gonna ask in the Zoom meeting. But all I knew is it's a new opening. Will it bring light into my life? And it did bring a big light into my life. It was like me walking from darkness to the light that I never knew my life could change, something that I never imagined. It's like a dream. Now whatever I'm living, the college I'm studying, the degree I am pursuing, everything is a dream. Thanks to STF, they not just help me financially, but also they always keep a close eye on me. They always know what I'm doing, where I am, what I'm eating, right from all that. They gave a mentor to help us in our educational way, and also in our mental, that we don't feel any stress, anything that should not affect us. Thank you, STF. It was a great journey, and I hope I can continue until I'm able to. Thank you, STF. Thank you for coming into my life.
My name is Patini. எனக்கு STF கிடைச்சதே ஒரு பெரிய வரம் மாதிரி. எப்படின்னா, நான் காலேஜ் போயிட்டு ஃபீஸ் கட்டிகிட்டே இருந்தேன். என்னால் ஒரு கட்டத்தில் முடியவே இல்லை, அம்மாவாலையும் முடியல. அம்மா சிங்கிள் பேரண்ட் தான். 2 பேராலையும் மேனேஜ் பண்ணாத முடியும் தான் ஒரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் மூலிமா ரெஃபர் ஆனது. கடைசியாக வந்து எங்களுக்கு இது ஒரு நல்ல வாய்ப்பு மாதிரி. இன்னமும் எங்களுக்கு ஃபீஸ் பே பண்ணிகிட்டே இருக்காங்க. இது மூலயமா நான் இன்னும் நல்லா படிக்கணும், அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி நல்ல மார்க் எடுத்து ஒரு நல்ல ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிக்கு நான் கெயின் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறது வந்து தேங்க்ஸ் டு STF.
ஹாய் ஆல், ஐ எம் ராஜேஸ்வரி. நான் இப்போ வந்து பார்த்தா STFோட ஸ்காலர். ஸோ நான் என்னென்னா 12th வந்து நல்லா படித்து ஒரு நல்ல கிரேட் எடுத்தேன். ஆஃப்டர் தட் வந்து காலேஜுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு போகிறதுக்கு அவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ரகிளாக இருந்துச்சு. ஏன்னா ஃபினான்ஷியலாக நான் ஒரு அபேண்டன்ஸ் சைல்டு. ஸோ அப்போ தான் வந்து நான் காலேஜ் ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டேன். பட் ஃபீஸ் எப்படி கட்டணும்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது. ஸோ அந்த டைமில் எனக்கு காலேஜ் மூலமாக எனக்கு STF வந்து நான் அப்ரோச் பண்ணேன். அப்போ எனக்கு ஸ்டார்டிங்கில் பார்த்தோன்னா ஃபினான்ஷியல் க்ரைசிஸ் ரொம்ப பெருசாக இருந்துச்சு. அண்ட் தென் வந்து போக போக நான் என்ன சொல்கிறது, சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து பட்ட கஷ்டத்துக்கு எல்லாமே வந்து காலேஜில் வந்து அவ்வளோ ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸாக இருந்தது. அண்ட் தென் அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி எனக்கு STF வந்து கரெக்டான டைமில் வந்து ஃபினான்ஷியலாக ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்க. ஸோ அப்போ எனக்கு லைக் இந்த ஃபினான்ஷியல் ஹெல்ப் கிடைக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் எப்படி இருந்தேன்னா, படிப்பேன், பட் என்ன சொல்கிறது, ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஸாக இருக்கும், எப்படி ஃபீஸ் பே பண்ண போகிறேன் அப்படின்னு. பட் STFல ஜாயின் பண்ணி அவங்க வந்து எனக்கு என்னென்னா, என்னோடய ஸ்கூல் ஃபுல் காலேஜ் ஃபீஸ் அவங்களே பே பண்ணுறதுனால இப்போ ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் ஃப்ரீயாக என்னோடய எஜுகேஷனெல்லாம் கான்சன்ட்ரேட் பண்ண முடியுது. அண்ட் தென் வந்து என்னோடய லைஃப்லேயே வந்து ஒரு பேக் போனாக எனக்கு STF வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ணிகிட்டு இருக்காங்க. தேங்க்யூ STF.
Hi, I am Sangeeta. I am the first alumni of STF. I was chosen by STF at my age of 15, but now my age is 35. I have 20 years of experience with STF. My life I just a person who started a career without electricity, but now I am working in a postal department with 15 years of service, all because of STF. Thank you so much.
வணக்கம். அவங்க பேர் வந்து பார்த்திபன். அவங்க வந்து டெஃபண்ட் அம்மா. அவங்க நான் பேச போகிறேன். அம்மா சென்ட் லூயிஸ் ஸ்கூல் +2 முடித்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் காலேஜுக்கு கொஞ்சம் சேர்க்கறதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமாக இருந்தது. அதுக்கப்புறமா இவங்க சுகன் தாமஸ் ஃபவுண்டேஷன்லேருந்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்க. ஹெல்ப் பண்ணதில் 3 இயர்ஸ் அவங்களே ஃபீஸ்லாம் கட்டி ரொம்ப இதுவாக எங்களுக்கு கேர் பண்ணி நல்லா பார்த்துக்கிட்டாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு 2 வருஷம் ஜாப் போனாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் கேன்சர் வந்துடுச்சு. கேன்சர் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு போக சொன்னதே மேம் தான், அனிதா மேம் தான். அங்கே போங்க, அங்கே உங்களுக்கு நல்ல ஒரு இது கிடைக்கும், நல்ல ஹெல்ப் கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்ட்டு ஹாஸ்பிட்டலுக்கு போய் எங்களுக்கு ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு அவங்க நிறைய ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்க. அவங்க கிட்டத்தட்ட ஒரு 5 வருஷமாக நாங்கள் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு போயிட்டுருக்கோம். ஆனால் மேம் வந்து எங்களுக்கு சுகன் தாமஸ் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் வந்து எங்களுக்கு நிறைய ஹெல்ப் கிடச்சிது. அது என்றைக்கும் எங்களால் மறக்க முடியாது. அவன் மீண்டு வந்தது எல்லாரோட ப்ரேயரும் இவங்களுடைய ஹெல்ப்பும் தான் அவன் மறுபடியும் வந்து இப்போ அடையார் ஹாஸ்பிட்டலே வேலை செய்கிறது. ரொம்ப நன்றி. வணக்கம்.
We are the MCs for this evening's event. Rohit is pursuing BE Mechanical and Automation Engineering 3rd year at Sri Sai Ram Engineering College. Rohit brings with him a story of perseverance. His father abandoned the family when he was very young, and his mother, a private school teacher, became the sole breadwinner. When Rohit joined college, financial constraints forced his brother to quit his own education so that Rohit could continue. To support his family, Rohit began tutoring school students, which he continued until his brother secured a job. Rohit is currently working on a project titled Waste to Energy Conservation, for which he has filed a patent that is currently under review. Outside academics, he is passionate about philosophy and enjoys writing quotes and lyrics. It is an honor to have him as a part of today's program.
Thank you, Geeta. Let me introduce Geeta, who is currently in her final year of BCom Accounts and Finance at MOP Vaishnav College for Women. Her parents, father a peon in school and mother a housewife, migrated from Nepal in pursuit of better opportunities and education for their children. Geeta and a younger and older sister. Geeta excelled academically, standing first in class 11th grade and securing school second in 12th, scoring a centum in both accountancy and economics. She has completed 4 levels of Hindi exams conducted by the Hindi Prachar Sabha. Apart from academics, she has actively participated in sports, representing her school in divisional level volleyball and zonal level table tennis and ball badminton. Currently, she holds a CGPA of 8.38. Through her college, she had the opportunity to educate government school students on consumer awareness, an experience she found truly enriching. In her free time, she teaches 5 to 10 students and is always eager to learn and share her knowledge.
Thank you, Rohit. Together, we are honored to celebrate the 20th annual day of Sugun Thomas Foundation, a heaven on earth that has lit the way for many Geetas and Rohits to rise, grow, and redefine their futures. As we are about to start the program, may I invite our dignitaries to the dais. Mr. Anandan, Mr. Bobby Simha, Ms. Reshmi Menon, Mr. John Douglas, Mr. Manigandan, Dr. Susan Thomas, and Mr. K.R. Varghese.
As we begin, let us start with the Tamil Thai Varthu sung by Chitra, a visually impaired STF student of 2011. Chitra did her graduation in history from Stella Maris College, where she has scored very highly. She has since completed 3 levels of teacher training and is today a proud government school teacher and earning a high very salary. I now call upon Chitra ma'am on the stage.
ஆரும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்த கிழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிது தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறன் திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திரும்பி எந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. I am standing here. Every time I'll come here with my father, but this time he is not with us. but I think he is somewhere here and watching me and watching all of us. Thank you. Thank you.
Today holds deep significance as we honor the memory of Mr. Sugun Thomas, whose legacy continues to light the way for countless young lives, shaping their futures with purpose and hope. At this moment, I invite all of you to kindly stand again as we observe a few moments of silence in remembrance of Mr. Sugun Thomas. May his enduring memory continue to inspire and uplift us all. I kindly request all of you stand again for the remembrance of Mr. Sugun Thomas.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Manikandan. I joined STF in the year 2009 as a beneficiary. Today, I'm working as a software developer in Bank of America, Continuum, India. I'm also part of Alumni Association of STF. It gives me immense joy to welcome you all to the 28th annual day of this foundation. Today, we come together to celebrate our collective achievements and showcase remarkable talents within our community and express our heartfelt gratitude for the many blessings that have shaped our journey so far. I would like to extend a very special welcome to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. M. Anandan. We are truly honored to have you with you today, and we deeply appreciate that you have taken time to be in our midst. I would also like to welcome our guest of honors, Mr. Bobby Singha and Mrs. Reshmi Menon. We are truly happy to have both of you amongst us today. Our warmest welcome also goes to our generous donors and well-wishers. Your unwavering support is the cornerstone of our success. Without your kindness and contribution, none of this would be possible. A heartfelt welcome to our dedicated mentors. Today, we celebrate as much as we celebrate our milestones. Your care, love, and guidance have been instrumental in shaping many of our students. You have not only guided, but also nurtured them along the way, and we are deeply grateful for your presence and continued support. I would also like to welcome our principals and managements of our partner schools and colleges, especially from this beautiful institution, Good Shepherd. Your collaboration and encouragement have been invaluable, and we extend a warm welcome to you as well. To all our guests and well-wishers, we open our heart to you. Your presence today adds meaning to these celebrations and reminds us of the strong and supportive community we are fortunate to have. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my fellow alumni. Yes, we are the role models, living proof of what this foundation can achieve. Our journeys are the source of inspiration for all of us here. To our students, you are the heart and soul of this foundation. You are the very reasons, your ambitions and passions are the very reasons that we are gathered here. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you. And as we carry forward the foundation into future with purpose, hope, and unwavering commitment. Thank you all.
It was a warm welcome. It is with great pride and joy that we welcome our very first alumni, Mrs. Sangeeta, to release a remarkable book today, titled 20 Years, 20 Stories. This book beautifully captures the success story of 20 beneficiaries, showcasing their journey of chasing their dreams and building their destiny. We would like Mrs. Sangeeta to come and hand over the first copy of the book to our esteemed chief guest. Please join me in welcoming Mr. M. Anandan to receive the book.
Having started her journey right here 2 decades ago, Miss Sangeeta has gone on to make her mark in the wider world. Today, she returns to share her experience and words of inspiration with all of us. I request Sangeeta ma'am to come up on stage once again.
Good evening, all. I am Sangeeta. I am the first alumni of this STF Sugun Thomas Foundation. I am here to share my journey with STF. It is my privilege to share, to express my heartful gratitude towards STF. Thank you, ma'am. I was chosen by STF at my age of 15. Now my age is 35. I lost my father at my age of 8. After the death of my father, my family struggled in many ways. But my mother didn't want to me stop from school study, though she was working as a servant maid. In 2005, God blessed me for my sincerity, honest, and hard work. Yes, I was chosen by STF. That was a God gifted opportunity to me. Not me only, it's for a lot of children who are sitting here. The foundation has not only provided financial assistance, but has also had been a source of motivation and inspiration. You trust me, ma'am, has given me the confidence to pursue my dreams. The guidance and mentorship I received, it is invaluable. A girl who struggled in for a livelihood in earlier stage, now working as a postal assistant in central government employee with 15 years of experience. STF is a big tree which gives a shadow to many children like me. I got very much emotion when I saw you people sitting over here. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, your speech was inspiring. The values of hard work and perseverance shine through and are worthy of emulation. I now welcome one of our current beneficiaries, Yam Mithresh, to the stage. His journey is a powerful witness to the strength, determination, and the potential that lies within him. Through the challenges he has faced and the progress he has made, he has shown us what it means to persevere with courage. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mithresh as he shares his inspiring story with us today.
Good evening to one and all present here. My name is Mithresh. I am here to share a story of determination, a story of hope, and power of opportunity. After completing my 12th standard with good marks, I got admission into Loyola, my dream college, to pursue a BCom in commerce. It was one of the proudest moments of my life, but also one of the hardest. My mother, as single parent, the only breadwinner, couldn't afford the fees. I thought I would have to give up the seat. In desperation, I approached my school and explained my situation. They connected me with Sugun Thomas Foundation, and that moment changed my life. The foundation selected me and has been supporting my entire college education, but they didn't stop at financial help. They assigned me a mentor, Mr. Dinesh, who has been a phenomenal guide both academically and personally. Though soft skills sessions and spoken English coaching, STF helped me to build my confidence and prepared me for the real world. They helped shape me not only a graduate but a professional. My father abandoned our family when I was just a baby. I have only seen him in my parents' wedding photo hung on the wall. Since then, my mother worked tirelessly to provide for me and my sister. There were many times when we struggled to pay school and college fees, but she never gave up. My sister too went through the same challenges through my mother's sacrifices. She completed her studies and now works in a private company. Slowly, our lives began to change for the better. The new year 2025 had just begun when we received an unexpected news. One of my father's friends called my mother to inform her that my father was seriously ill and had been admitted to Omandura Hospital in Chennai asking us to come and take care of him. Despite everything, even though he had failed in his duties as a father, we didn't fail in ours. The three of us went to the hospital and saw him and took turns caring for him. But on Jan 15, 2025, he passed away. I performed his final rites and cremated him. And now, once again, I see my father photo frame hang on the wall, and this time with garland. We still have some debts from those difficult years, and my mother is now trying to save for my sister's wedding. Though the gold prices is so high, she often worries that it might take a year just to buy us one sovereign. But instead of focusing on what we lack, we chose to look at how far we have come to. Through struggles, through patience, and mainly because of the people who supported us. Alongside my BCom, I also pursued a company secretary course, and I am proud to have cleared both the foundation and executive levels. Now, I have been placed in Deloitte, one of the world's leading firm, at a package of 6 LPA, where I will start as an audit assistant after graduation. Looking back, I know my journey isn't about my marks or efforts. It's about those people who believed in me when I needed the most. The Sugun Thomas Foundation didn't just fund my education, they transformed my life. They taught me that the true success is not about where you start and about how you rise and who helps you rise along the way. To every student here, no matter how that life tough gets, never stop believing in your dreams. If you have the will to work hard, opportunities will find you just as they found me. And thank you to the foundation. Thank you for lighting my path and changing my life. Thank you all for listening to my story.
Thank you, Mitresh, for sharing your journey with us. Your story has touched and inspired everyone here. We admire your strength and determination, and we look forward to seeing all the amazing things you will go on to achieve. Sometimes the most powerful lessons don't come from textbooks. They come from the courage of individuals who are willing to share their own stories. Now it is our pleasure to invite Dr. Susan Thomas, the Secretary and Founder Trustee of Sugun Thomas Foundation, to deliver the report of the Foundation.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly a joy and privilege to stand here once again at our annual day. Every year I speak of the highlights that we have achieved over the year, but this year is different. This year, the biggest highlight is that we are celebrating our 20th anniversary. It's truly amazing that we have reached 20 years. I'm deeply grateful to have you here, Mr. Anandan, my former boss for 5 years. Thank you, sir, for everything I've learned under your guidance. It is also a special moment to share this stage with Mr. Bobby Simha. Thank you, both of you, for celebrating our 20th anniversary here. Every time a young person's life, Sugun left at age 38, and every time somebody's life is cut short, there are people who want to do something in their memory. But often that enthusiasm fades after 5 or 10 or maybe even 15 years. But for a group of people to keep going year on year for 20 years, it's truly humbling. I've wondered very often what keeps us going. I actually have thought of 2 reasons. One I will tell you now, and one towards the end of my report. The first reason, and I truly believe is a very, very important reason, is the children who we have supported. Their courage and determination are the lifeblood of this foundation. When a child comes to us having had just 1 square meal, a single parent, and still manages to top their class, how can we say no? When they tell us, you didn't just give us money, you made us believe in ourselves, how can we stop? No matter how tired or discouraged we may feel, we know we have to continue. just looking at their faces. The strength and spirit of our children have really and truly carried us through. It started with Reena and Sangeeta, then Divya, then Nirmala, Lakshmi Priya, Manikandan, John, Periyasamy, Tyagu. The list just goes on, and we can't stop. We can't say no, because they have come from chaotic lives. They have come from living in single rooms, 6 people in a room, TV blaring, and yet they managed to get to their dreams. Amazing. And that is the reason we've gone on for 20 years. I strongly believe that. For the year 2025-26, we have set ourselves a very bold vision. We want to educate 200 children during this year and get 2 crores of funding. Now, you will know it's a bold vision because last year we got only 1.4 crores and we had only about 80 children. I mean, about 110 children. So this year we want 200 children and 2 crores. We are 6 months down the line, we are at 143 children, but we are optimistic we'll get to 200 because we are optimistic of the funding. Right, Varghese? Our children are studying across Chennai, Kanchipuram, Villupuram, Salem, Coimbatore, Trichy, Yelagiri, Pondicherry, Bangalore, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh. And we even have 4 Manipuri refugee girls pursuing nursing here in Chennai. Can you stand up, 4 of you? Well done. Coming so far from Manipur to Chennai. This year, we are very proud that 3 of the 4 top scorers in all of Chennai Corporation schools are our students, Mamta, Pooja, and Roshni. Congratulations. We also have several school toppers like Danush, Srikant, Tamim, Alia Begum, Sandhya, all of you, yes. Santosh Kumar, Gopika, Vanita, Aruna, the list is long. So many future stars we have selected this year, and we're sure in a short while you will be sitting on this dais. Over the past 20 years, we have children from 208 schools studying in 121 colleges and a total of 500 beneficiaries to date. Nearly 40% of this 500 are engineers. Another 40% are in commerce, IT, or Bachelor of Computer Applications, etc. The rest are doctors, nurses, lawyers, and even a veterinary doctor. We now have 5 medical students and 1 doctor who's passed out in our family. So we are so grateful that we've had all these different kinds of education streams. A big thank you to Gina, our star and head of selection, for her tireless dedication. She's sitting far away. This year, we welcomed 14 new mentors, many referred by our donors, expanding our mentor base to 80 active members worldwide. We have a database of 120 mentors, of which 80 of them are active, 80 for our 143 students. So we have more than one student per mentor, but we are very, very hopeful that we will get more and more mentors. And we find that that is what differentiates our foundation from any other, because we are able not just to provide the financial support, but also provide mentoring to these children who really have nobody who has studied in their families, who can guide them, who can tell them that take this course over this course, or take, I will help you get an internship, or this is the way you write your CV. These are what the mentors do. and they not just support them on their, the internships and stuff, but also teach them different ways, different etiquette, teach them how to dress, teach them how to behave in the real world. So we are very grateful to our mentors, and we really hope their tribe will increase. My heartfelt thanks to Mrs. Shashi Rekha, our head of mentoring, for going above and beyond, and for this beautiful auditorium made possible through her and the Good Shepherd management. Now we come to placements and employability. Our motto has always been from education to employment. So we don't stop by just educating the child. The child has to be employed. That is important for us. So we realize that education and employability are two different things. We now have alumni working in 182 companies across India and worldwide. And among this year, the children who have passed out, over 50% are already placed, and others are pursuing higher studies, internships, or skilled programs, and so on. One of our shining stars, Tushar Arora, who is the son of a small shopkeeper owner in Indore. He came all the way to Bangalore to pursue his education. He was such a star student. He did so well, won so many awards, and today he is placed in a company called Procure with a package of 33 lakhs per annum. Can you believe that? That's amazing. This guy is a BE in computer science. Unfortunately, his grandmother passed away, and so he couldn't be here today with us. But he is really an outlier. We have various children who have, who have secured very, very good jobs. We have Mitresh in Deloitte, we have Bala at TCS, we had Srikant at Comcast, and so on. You name the company, 181 companies, and our children are there. I must talk to you about one of our nursing students, Abhirami. She completed her BSc nursing at the Salem Government Mohan Kumaramangalam Medical College. She wrote the NORCET exam, and she got an All India rank of 657, with the total vacancy of around 3,600 seats. So she is going to get placed in a government hospital, and so she is so thrilled about it. Congratulations, Abhirami. So I've told you about placements, and the person who we have in charge of placements is Ravi Shankar. Thank you, Ravi, for all the work that you've done. Besides placements, we have also skill development and partnerships with various companies. Oracle, for the third year running, has been giving our children training in soft skills. We have the Sukha Education Foundation, Kavya Ramachandran and Sanjana Vijay, who continue to run spoken English classes, now again in their third year. A special thanks actually goes to Don Bosco College principal, Dr. Maria Arokya Raj, for letting us use those classrooms free of cost every Sunday for 6 months. We have big thanks to Mr. Binu Akito, who started SSC CGL, Staff Selection Commission, central government jobs for selection process. And he is doing coaching for our children starting from first year onwards. So it's an amazing thing that these children are going through the staff selection coaching so that at the end of the third year, they will be ready for that. And we also have, people who've just heard of our foundation. For example, one Mr. Krishnan, who's in the US, he just heard of our foundation and said, I'm an expert in Excel. Let me teach excel to these children. And you know, he's doing online classes. He's sitting in the US, getting up early and taking classes for our children online in Excel formulas. It's been wonderful for our children, and this is really a remarkable situation as far as we are concerned. Our dream is actually that the corporates come directly to STF to recruit. We have a brilliant bunch of children, and we have corporates wanting to recruit. So here we are. We're not really a campus, but do come for the STF campus recruitment. A special thanks at this point to Blue Ink Bangalore for designing our 20 years, 20 story ebook and the LinkedIn campaign, all free of cost. And I think we have to especially thank Subbu for putting us onto this remarkable team. So all this is what we have done with regards to placement and skill development and so on. But I think what fills me with the greatest pride is our growing STF Alumni Committee, a true force to reckon with. They are our ambassadors. We have Mani and John on stage, and we have numerous alumni in front of us. We are so grateful that they are here for us, always available to us. And this year, they are conducting motivational sessions at their former schools and also other schools like Mary Clubwala School and the Assumption School. And they go and talk about themselves. And as Mani said, we are the role models. So we are here to tell you that we have come up, and so can you. So our active committee includes Mani and John. Will all of you please stand up? Meena, Malini, Arun, Jayashri, Soundarya, Tamil, Jayachandar, Jivantika, and Santosh. Thank you so much for all what you have done. Thank you. Our Alumni Day was this year celebrated on March 23rd, and it was graced by actor Priya Anand, who inspired the students by their words. Now, about our alumni, we keep hearing about marriages, babies, houses, promotions. It truly warms our heart each time. And we love becoming grandparents year after year after year. Thank you, Sudakshana, our alumni head, for nurturing this vibrant network. I leave the donor details to our treasurer, but I must take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to every single donor, corporate and individual who has believed in our mission. You are truly the wind beneath our wings. Thank you for walking this journey with us. As I come to the end of our report, I'd like to share the second reason why this foundation has endured for 20 years and will go on for more and more. And the reason I truly believe is Sugun himself. Sugun was someone who drew people to him, large-hearted, generous, deeply good. The friends and family who started this foundation in his name are still extremely close today. For me, personally, Shreya and Siddharth, my children, not having him with us for the last 20 years has been truly heartbreaking. But what we have built in his memory is truly heartwarming. My heartfelt thanks to all our partners, school and college principals, Loyola College, Good Shepherd, all our donors, mentors, service providers, to Mary, Neela, Shivagami, and Shailaja, to my friends Verghese, Gina, Cherry and Anu, Ajit, Sumi, Roshan, Anita, Binu, Biju, Anu, Ravi, Chituri, Ravi, Shankar, Shashi, Sudakshana. Thank you so much for holding this foundation together. And also me, in this process. To all our families and friends who have traveled from near and far, thank you so much for being here today. With deep gratitude to God for these 20 meaningful years, I end my report. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing the report. Listening to all the progress and achievements make us feel proud and grateful to be a part of this foundation. Ma'am, we have a surprise for you. Sangeeta has a surprise gift for you. May I now please invite Sangeeta to stage. It is a pleasure to welcome someone who has a unique and inspiring journey to share with us today. Please join me in welcoming Amulya HS, who has completed her BE ECE at PES University, Bangalore, and currently working at Harman as Junior Associate Engineer. Her path has been shaped by courage, growth, and willingness to do moving forward.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Amulya HS. I'm alumni of STF Foundation from this year. I've completed my BTech in Electronics and Communication in PS University, Bangalore, and currently working as a Junior Associate Engineer in Harman Connected Services. It feels really special standing in front of you to share my very personal journey with STF. Firstly, I come from a very small village named Ulivana in Mandya district from Karnataka. My family income is completely based on agriculture. My father is a farmer and my mother is a homemaker, and I have my elder sister who completed her medicine and currently working as a doctor in Mandya district. To share my childhood, like we grew sugarcane as occupation twice in a year. We didn't know exact how much amount we get. And also, like our family is completely based on agriculture. So at the one time, we already got a lot of loss in that. We didn't expect that much help. So when I began my studies, my family was already suffering with lots of debts. Even for my first year of engineering, we took a loan so that I could able to continue my engineering. Because of around the same time, even my sister was studying, doing her medicine. You just can imagine how much pressure it was on my family to make two girls to study. There were moments when we think of like how our things will go, how we would manage all the fees, and how we balance everything. Then STF came into our life like a blessing, a ray of hope. I'm not just saying, when I say it, I literally mean it. Because when I got selected as a part of Sugun Thomas Foundation, I have no idea that I could able to receive not just a financial support, a family that truly cares. Because I still remember the relief in my parents' eyes, like the pressure that Sugun Thomas Foundation has released. So, like, what makes Sugun Thomas Foundation is really special that their helps goes beyond the money. I've got a mentor-mentee interactive classes. My mentor is Yukti ma'am. She's truly approachable. Like whenever I feel low, I used to text her, call her, like, ma'am, I'm feeling these issues. I'm not able to get this concept. What can I do? She supported very well and she guided me in each and every step and make it possible and believe in me. And also from their upskilling programs, I learned new skills and make me corporate ready. After these sessions, what I came to know that like achieving in something in education is not just getting a good marks, but capable of growing, learning new things, and capable of facing a world. And now after, it's a 3 wonderful years with Sugun Thomas Foundation. I told I have graduated in BTech with just with a 10 out of 10 as a final year SGPA and 8.3 out of 10. And I also got 2 research papers patents, one with a 10 plus years conference and one with a 29 years plus conference. And now I am currently working as an associate engineer in Urban Connected Services, which is subsidiary of Samsung company. Now I am working. Even though me and my sister were working, we are on our ways to clear our debts. I think it's okay because we are moving one step ahead at a time. And my dream is very big that I want to give back the life all the positive things and the support that life has given me. And also keep on learning and upskilling myself. Whenever I look back, I realize how far I have come with all the struggles, which one of the day I think I couldn't able to make it, but it's all made because of the Sugun Thomas Foundation that has supported. When I look ahead, I know there is something still long way to go, but one thing I carry with me is a gratitude, that gratitude towards Sugun Thomas Foundation for being an helping hand whenever I needed the most, and believing in me and giving the strength to dream bigger. So from bottom of my heart, I thank Sugun Thomas Foundation for not just being an organization, but being in a family that truly cares, that support, and lightening up my path and many paths of mine by giving the support and the kindness. Thank you.
For sharing your journey with us. The STF family is inspired by the positive energy you've created. It is truly exciting. At this moment, I'm happy to share that STF organized an impact assessment study in collaboration with IIT Madras. Last year, we shared the report with you. This year, Mr. Ravi Shankar, Head of Communications and Placement, will share the impact STF has made in the lives of so many children. I request Mr. Ravi Shankar to call up on stage.
Having me. As we said earlier, last year we presented the summary of the impact assessment that was done. So I'll just give you a background to that. It's when we were 19 last year, we decided that we need to have a very structured analysis and assessment of the impact that we have been creating. Intuitively, we all knew that we were doing a great job. Intuitively, we knew that we were making an impact because we were in touch with our students, with the children. The mentors were giving us a lot of feedback. But we said, an intuitive assessment is not the same as a scientific assessment. And we said we will approach an organization that has done impact assessments for other organizations, social organizations, which is truly independent and an expert. So we approached the Department of Management Sciences and IIT Madras, who actually kindly agreed to do it at a very, very low cost. Thank you for them. And they interviewed almost 400 children, alumni, parents, teachers, all who have been in touch with STF. And I'll just read out some of the top findings, which are extremely exciting and also inspiring. Some of the key highlights was that 76% of our students showed improved academic performance after STF support. 83% reported a boost in self-confidence. And this is confirmed not just by them, but their parents, teachers, etc. 80% of our alumni have experienced a significant rise in financial stability and conditions. Like Susan said, we keep hearing stories of new houses, new cars, and various things. STF support has reduced financial burdens on families, enabling them to focus on education for siblings as well. That is an important impact that we have made. 90% of students found mentorship crucial. Thank you so much, Sashi. And 57 of those in professional courses, their progress was thanks to the mentorship program. 90% of families said their outlook on higher education has become more positive. And these are mostly from families who were reluctant to send their children, especially the girls, to school. 88% of siblings of our children, especially girls, were inspired to stay on in college or school because of STF support. 80% of neighbors said they were inspired by STF, by the STF students, and encouraged their own students. This is a point that we put very carefully in all the questionnaires, because we knew that we were making a direct impact on our children. We also suspected that we were making a wider impact on siblings, neighbors, and the community. And this survey clearly brought out that the impact that we were making was not just on the children themselves, but on the wider community as well. So that's something that, really gives us a lot of courage to go forward. And there's been a lot of suggestions as well as from IIT Madras in terms of slightly, focusing on children with, who have some kind of a learning disability and various things. We're working on that. And I'm sure we'll have a much higher impact to show in the next survey that's going to come up in 2026. Thank you. Many of you here have probably responded to our survey, and thank you so much for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was inspiring to see the tangible results and the stories behind the numbers. We speak volumes about STF's commitment to education, student success. You all must have been wondering about the surprise guest that we have in our midst. It is none other than Mrs. Reshmi Menon and Mr. Bobby Simha, who accepted our invitation and is today our guest of honor. Ms. Reshmi Menon is an Indian actress known for her acting in Tamil films, who began her career as a child actor in the year 2002. She made her debut as a lead actress in 2010 in the film Inidhu Inidhu while studying visual communication at WCC, and has since appeared in many films like Burma and Urumin, Kirumi, Natpadigaram, Bayama Irukku, Hyderabad Love Story, and many more. Mrs. Menon is married to actor Bobby Simha.
We are truly honored to welcome National Award-winning actor Bobby Simha, a powerhouse performer known for redefining versatility in South Indian cinema. His unforgettable portrayal of Madurai gangster Sethu in Jigar Tanda won National Film Award. Today, as we welcome Bobby Simha, we celebrate an artist whose dedication and passion have made a lasting mark on Indian cinema. Now, we welcome Mr. Bobby Simha to speak a few words.
Good evening all. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் கொஞ்சம் தமிழ்லே பேசுகிறேன். இங்கிலீஷ் அவ்வளோ ஃப்ளூயண்ட்டாக நமக்கு வராது. நான் பேசுகிறேன், பட் உங்களுக்கு புரியாததுனால நான் தமிழ்லே பேசுகிறேன். ஸோ டோன்ட் மிஸ்டேக் மீ. And thank you so much, ma'am, and everybody in the stage. Thank you so much for inviting me and my family. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாகவும் பெருமையாக இருக்குது. ஏன்னா சுகன் தாமஸ் ஃபவுண்டேஷன்ஸ் கேள்விப்படும் போது இத்தனை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், இத்தனை பேருக்கு வந்து ஒரு நல்வழி காட்டி இன்றைக்கி அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு பெஸ்ட்டு கெரியர், ஒரு ஃப்யூச்சர் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க, அதுக்கான ஒரு பாதையை போட்டுட்ருக்கிறம்போது அது சாதாரண விஷயம் கிடையாது, மிக மிக பெரிய விஷயம். இதுக்கு உண்மையிலே மேம் ரியலி என்னோட மனசார சொல்கிறேன், வாழ்த்துக்கள். இந்த 20 வருஷம் மட்டும் இல்லை, இன்னும் மேலும் மேலும் 100+ இயர்ஸ் போயிட்டே இருக்கணும். இது மேலும் மேலும் வளர, இதே மாதிரி நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி 200 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் இல்லை மேடம், இன்னும் நிறைய பேர், இன்னும் ஆயிரக்கணக்கில், லட்சக்கணக்கில், கோடிக்கணக்கில் நீங்கள் உதவி செய்யணும். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நல்ல ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு, இது மாதிரி நல்லா வர ஒரு ஜென்ரேஷனுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல பாதையை நீங்கள் அமைக்கணுன்றது வந்து உங்களோட எஸ்டிஎஃப்க்கு என்னோட வாழ்த்துக்கள். நன்றி ஸோ மச். அண்ட் கண்டிப்பாக என்னால் முடிஞ்ச ஒரு சப்போர்ட், எங்கள் ஃபேமிலியால் முடிஞ்ச ஒரு சப்போர்ட் நிச்சயமாக நாங்கள் பண்ணுவோம். தேங்க்யூ. ப்ளீஸ் லெட் அஸ் நோ. தேங்க்யூ ஆல். அண்ட் கம்மிங் டு த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், லைஃப்பில் படிப்புன்றது ரொம்ப முக்கியம், ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். அது வந்து படிக்கிற ஏஜில் கரெக்டாக படிச்சுட்டு நல்ல ஒரு கான்சன்ட்ரேட் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி படிச்சிங்கன்னா வாழ்க்கையில் எங்கேயும் போகலாம். நாட் ஓன்லி நான் வந்து அகாடமிக்காகவும் சொல்லலை, நிறைய விஷயங்கள் இருக்குது. பிடிச்ச விஷயம் மனசார பண்ணுங்கள், ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணி பண்ணுங்கள், அப்போ தான் நம்ம எல்லாம் செம்மையாக வாழ முடியும். ஸோ எல்லாம் நல்லா செம்மையாக வாழ்கிறதுக்கு என்னோடய வாழ்த்துக்கள். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Thank you, sir. You have shown us how courage and determination can make anyone reach for the stars. It is an honor to introduce someone who reflects the spirit and impact of this foundation. From once being a beneficiary to STF, to becoming an active alumni member, and now stepping forward as generous donor. Mr. John Douglas, who truly embodies the value of gratitude, growth, and giving back. He stands as a shining example of not just in one role, but in many roles, Please join me in warmly welcoming Mr. John Douglas, whose continued support and involvement means so much to all of us.
Good evening to one and all present here. I'm John Douglas, a proud alumnus of Loyola College, a double gold medalist in BCom, and a qualified cost and management accountant with an All India rank of 11. I currently work as a manager finance at Chennai Petroleum Corporation Limited, a group company of Indian Oil since 2017. It sounds great, right? But let me tell you something honestly. This greatness is not mine alone. It was made possible by something far greater, the Sugun Thomas Foundation. The reason who I am today is because this foundation believed in me when I had nothing. In 2013, I became part of STF family, where I had only dreams in my eyes and very little in my hands. We were living in a single room tiled house. My mother was working effortlessly as a cook. Our life is so simple, filled with struggles, and future seems always uncertain. So STF didn't just fund my educations. It stood by me, not just with financial support, but with faith, consistency, and mentorship. STF has given me a space to breathe, to study, and to dream. All I had to do was just focus and rise. Let me say it very clearly. STF didn't just change my life, it transformed my entire family. And when transformation like this happen, you don't just walk away, right? You give back. So today, as a part of STF Alumni Committee, I've been actively connected to this family, not just to remember the past, but to contribute to the future. We conduct Alumni Day each year. We have our alumni network, which is being actively engaged and united. And most importantly, we reach to the student community. We reach government schools, we conduct motivation section, career guidance. But today, I'm not standing before you as a beneficiary or an alumnus, but as a donor. Every year on October 7th, I make a contribution to STF. It is my father Remembrance Day. Though he is no longer with us, I keep him alive through this giving. Because I know that this deed will touch someone's life like the way STF touched mine. This is not just a donation. STF has made a strong student donor link program which ensures utmost transparency, updates, and accountability. I know where my money goes, and I know it's changing life of someone like me. So that is the responsibility STF carries for all the years with utmost integrity. Let me leave you with a quote that truly shook me. It's by an English writer, John Bunyan. You have not lived today until you have done something for someone who can never repay you. So this is what being a donor means. It's not a charity, it's not a sympathy, but it's a legacy we create over the period of 2 decades. So I tell from the bottom of my heart to all my fellow alumni, all the beneficiaries who will soon become alumni, and our corporate donors, individual donors, and the attendees. If STF has ever made some difference in your life, now it's the time to make a difference in someone else. Let your life get full circle. You give, not because you have to, because you can. By giving, you will grow. So it's not about how much you give. It's about the what it will start by the giving. Even a small act of giving can create a chain of transformations. I once said, I will say it again, be a receiver for a while, but be a giver till you die. That's my part, and I invite all you to walk with us in this journey. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. John Douglas, for that very touching and emotional speech. Makes all us understand the power of giving. I would now like to call upon Mr. Varghese KR, the treasurer of Sugun Thomas Foundation, to deliver his report on the growth of the foundation.
Good evening to all our esteemed guests, to all our members, committee members, well-wishers, students, alumni, Thank you so much for being here today. It's a big day, 20 years. I will add on from my side as treasurer to what is unique about Sugun Thomas Foundation, just like Susan in her report mentioned. One thing that identifies us, as you heard from our beneficiaries also, is our mentorship. Let me talk a little bit from the finance perspective. What is different about Sugun Thomas Foundation for donors is that 100% of donation is directly given to the students and not used for administrative expenses. That's also what defines us, separate from most other charitable organizations which charge a small percentage for administration. Now, how did we achieve that? So we are transparent, all our books are open, and I have to thank our chartered accountant, Moti Philip, who year on year files our returns pro bono. He doesn't charge us, he hasn't been doing that for 20 years. A really big special mention to him for doing this. So just a small journey of how we started. The first year, we actually started the foundation in December of 2005. It's just not yet exactly 20 years since the foundations, but as far as financial years is concerned, we started in 2005, 2006, because the first donations came from just friends and family. The first children who were qualified for government colleges where the fees was very low. Subsequently, over the next few years, I would say by 2010, we had started collecting about 12,46,000, but our expenses were still only about 5,22,000. Over the next 5 years, I can probably give you even an average. Over the next 5 years, between 2010 to 2015, we were average collecting about 18.7 lakhs of donations, but our expenses were only about 11 lakhs. So what was happening in the first 10 years was we were collecting a lot more donations, and most of these were not from corporates. They were from individuals and well-wishers of Sugun and close friends, classmates, etc. So we tried as much as possible. Secondly, we were a very small organization at that time. We had only one part-time employee during the first 10 years who would work only half a day to help us manage a few students. So we didn't have too many students in the beginning because we were not big then. So in that period, the school fees, like I said, we were collecting donations of about close to 19 lakhs, but we were only spending about 12 lakhs. In 2015 to 2020, which is the next 5 years, that is during our 15th year, we were doing an average by then of about 37.5 lakhs, and we were spending about 33.5 lakhs. So that's the beginning. So the second decade, the last 10 years, has been the real start of the foundation, where we started becoming bigger. And subsequently, I'll come to the final part later, but what you realize is in the first 10 years, we had this gap of donation to beneficiaries, which helped us. The excess funds was put into corpus funds, which was put into fixed deposits. Today, we have fixed deposits in corpus funds worth 1.26 crores, built mostly over the first 10 to 12 years. Subsequently, we haven't made any additional funds. Most all funds was used for children. This 1.26 crores generates about 7 to 8 lakhs of interest for us. Apart from this interest, just the close trustees and family members of Sugun who contribute money to the foundation, and along with this interest, is what is used for admin expenses. So which is why any outsider who donates, whether it's a corporate, whether it's an individual, even if it one of our, say John Douglas, who's now beneficiary turned donor, all money he contributes does not go to run the foundation, but goes directly to benefit a student. I hope you're happy with that. For your information, we do have administrative expenses because the number of students has gone up to 127 active users, active students, beneficiaries. So we have 2 employees, one to manage the students on their day-to-day activities and one to manage finance, because there's so much of disbursement of fees, there's so much of, we have to be absolutely transparent. We are an 80G approved institute from the government, which means all donations are income tax free, and to maintain paperwork and to disburse funds. To disburse funds, we have to be absolutely transparent. We try to disburse fund only directly to the organization that's educating the child. For example, directly to the college or directly to a course that's being done, etc. So these kind of, because of when you say 127 students, there's many transactions that takes place in a day, in a month, and most of us in the trustees, we're all working pro bono, we are voluntary. So the employees handle these jobs for us, which allows us to concentrate on helping, making the foundation a better foundation every year. So that expense is handled by the interest from the corpus fund and from the donations from just the close trustees and family members. Coming down to, so the last 5 years has been the breakthrough years, I would say. We have done an average of almost 1 crore of donations, but we have also spent almost 1 crore for students. I now give you the report of the last financial year, 24-25. For the year 24-25, total donations received was 1 crore 28 lakh 17,542. Interest, total interest from bank was 7 lakh 88,319. Total expenditure for students, school and college fees was 1 crore 25 lakhs 5,078, and admin expenses was 10 lakhs 69,864. But you know how we have managed that. So 788 comes from interest, and the balance of the admin expenses is managed through family members and close circle. Any excess funds from family and close members alone, which comes over and above, is put back into corpus. Until now, we haven't really done that, although last year we had an excess of 30,000 from the net. From net income versus net expenditure, we had an excess of 30,000, which has now just been kept in the bank, because by the time donations reach us in a year, we have to pay fees for almost 70% of our students, because the fees happens, the financial year starts in April, fees we have to pay by about July for most colleges, but by the time donors give us money, it takes almost September, October. But now many of our corporate donors have started giving. I just want to highlight some of our most important donors. All students here should be very thankful to, first and foremost, our most important donor for the last decade. This is Sundaram Fasteners Limited. I would say that, I would go to the extent to say that their start 10 years ago or 11 years ago, when they started funding the foundation, is when the foundation actually started growing. I actually went through the first decade where we were more of a, I would say, a little bit of an amateur charitable organization, but the last decade turned around. We turned around and became really professional. We changed processes. We made so many changes that made the organization be able to handle a huge number of students. And I really think that that seed was put by Sundaram Fasteners, who has not just given a small amount, but has given us a very large amount every year. Unfortunately, they told us that this may be the last year that they will give us, which I hope really it isn't, because we have bigger hopes of getting much more funding. As Susan said, our target is to do 200 students. But for whatever you have done for us, I think the foundation is eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Some of our other large donors last year was Funtech India, Saxoft Limited, heat and control, universal legal, and core competency. There are regular donors, regular corporate donors. So they use their CSR funding for us. But we also have some very large individual donors, and we have to thank them because some of these amounts are not small, very large. Last financial year, our most notable individual donors were Bijoy Paulos, D. Arulmani, Mr. Venkatachalam, Venkatachalam. Mr. Venkatachalam has contributed in many ways to the foundation in the last couple of years to us. Mr. Arvind Mahesh, Mr. Ravin T. Kurian. Thank you so much to all of you. Made our last year, I would say, our best year till date. The last year is our biggest year of the foundation, 24-25, in terms by a margin of almost 20% growth. Current year, up to date, just to bring you up to date where we are right now. So far, we have received donations worth 90,26,800 rupees. Our interest collected so far is only 1,39,000 because most of our interest is collected by the end of the financial year. So we have a net income so far of 91,66,098. Our corpus remains at 1.26.5 crores. So that's what gives us our interest. School and college fees paid so far for all our existing students is 99,21,901, and our admin expenses so far has been 3,80,000. This is where we stand, but I want to again highlight a few of our additional. I read out a few names who contributed last year, corporates. They continued to do it this year, and this year we had appealed to them because you saw 99 lakhs of fees had to be paid. We just didn't have that kind of money in the bank, and they really helped out. Our top 5 corporate donors really helped out. Out of the 90 lakhs collected, 70 lakhs was from corporates. So thank you so much for giving us that money in advance. Sundaram Fasteners, Fundtech, Universal Legal, Sacksoft, Core Competency, all of them gave us the money in time for us to pay the students. We also had this year notable contributors were Unify Foundation, VSNB Containers, and Hanu Reddy Realty. We are also very thankful for a new donor who I hope will is this Jay Singhani. He has, I understand it's a company, but he has asked, we have done it in his company name, in his personal name. And Miss Eliama Thomas, which I think is a one-time donation. So one-time donations are spread over a 3 or 4 students for the lifetime of students. Otherwise, most of the donations are apportioned annually to various students. We also have some notable new individual donors like Ajit Abraham George, John J. Chandran, and George C. George. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you all for attending our ceremony and our celebration of 20 years. And I really hope, the team here had this dream, 20 years we should do 200 students. It's an appeal to all of you, whichever capacity you're associated to the Sugun Thomas Foundation, to help us achieve that number or come as close as we can. We still have 6 months to go, half the year to go, so thank you very much and looking forward to your contributions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Those are remarkable achievements serving as significant milestone for the years ahead. Maria John Franco from Elagiri, Don Bosco College, who has brought a surprise gift of love and gratitude, which will be received by Mr. Verghese on behalf of STF.
Everyone, I'm Meena and I'm truly delighted to be here today. I joined STF in the year 2015. STF played a very important role in my life by supporting me through my engineering education. Today, I'm working as a DevOps engineer at Pfizer, a global pharmaceutical company. I've been associated with STF for the past 10 years. As we celebrate STF's 20th anniversary, it is also a proud moment for me to celebrate my 10-year journey with STF. Now, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest for the evening, Mr. M. Anandan. He is the founder and executive chairman of Aptus Value Housing Finance India Limited. This company is in the 15th year of operations with 301 branches and about 3,429 employees. With a proven track record for building successful businesses, his experience in the financial services industry spans over 4 decades. Mr. M. Anandan is a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He had an illustrious career of over 4 decades in the financial services industry, majority part of which was in Murugappa Group. I now respectfully invite
Dear Susan Thomas, the trustees of the foundation, distinguished guests and friends, ladies and gentlemen, and children, students, I see all of them here. Good evening to all of you. I'm happy to participate in this 20th year annual days celebration of Sugun Thomas Foundation, STF. Most of us are well aware of the background and challenging situation resulting in the birth of this foundation. Susan Thomas Sugun Thomas' untimely demise left his families, friends, colleagues in deep grief. And this has resulted in the birth of STF, all of you know. Susan Thomas, the main architect of this foundation, to create something meaningful to keep Sugun memory alive. Life has become, to transform the experience of the beneficiaries, particularly from the underprivileged, families. These youngsters, we've heard a lot of these youngsters sharing their experience and coming from, the families and with, and the foundation taking care of them fully and completely in terms of, their needs in food, education, and in an environment which is conducive for the learning and growth. In fact, I'm very happy to note that STF ecosystem has really supported over 500 children, students, which we've gone through. And the support and these children have become, with the due support from STF, they have, number of them, they become engineers, doctors, lawyers, professionals in every field of, social, strata. And the empathy, support provided to the students, you heard, by the foundation, goes beyond just a financial support. As we have seen, that the foundation has done tremendous amount of work in identifying the beneficiaries, supporting them financially, and mentoring them, handholding them, in terms of the career support, skill development, and several areas, and making them what they are, what they are today. In fact, we've also heard, some of these students, youngsters, sharing the life experience with us, which is truly, remarkable, due to the work, the exemplary work done by the, foundation. As we have seen, as we have heard from a number of students, the STF contribution is not only uplifted the students alone, it has uplifted their families, their communities, and the society at large. It gives tremendous amount of confidence, motivation, for them to be what they are today, and to their, the families, and to the situation, and the surroundings as well. In fact, when I've heard these, experiences, in fact, when Susan, whom I know for some time, as we worked together in our organization almost 20 years back, or 20, 25 years back, she came to invite me to speak in this function, and which I readily accepted. I did ask Susan, thank you for the invitation, and I'll come. Then Susan said, sir, you must really, say a few words. Then I asked about what? She said that, why don't you really share a part of your, a brief of your life story? Because that possibly could be, motivating. It could be somewhat motivational to a number of our, youngsters, students, whom we are supporting. And many of them will be here that evening. Then I said, fair enough. So I will share. In fact, and here goes my life. For about closer to 70 years, in my first almost 25 years is one part, the second 32 years another part, and the later 16 years is the third part. So in the, I will give you a brief idea about, very briefly about my first 25 years. And in that, I must particularly tell you my first possibly 15, 16 years of my life. I come from a very small village, and there is a very small school at the village level, run by a Christian mission, school authorities, and till about our, school, till our higher, till the middle school, I would say up to 8th standard, all of us students, we used to walk to the school with barefoot. And we started wearing the chappals only, after, our higher school and into the college. I can still recall, I started wearing my shoes, first shoes, when I started going to the college. So in other words, the school, basically, I was not fortunate to have a foundation like STF to support me at that point in time. And my parents are, as one of the students shared here, it's also agriculturist. My father and mother work in the field. But then they taught me the values of life, the hard work of life, the frugal way of living. And that, from there I moved on to college. And again, I must tell this, if Susan or STF Foundation were to look at my school final marks, they would not have allowed me anywhere near STF. Okay, so, that is the kind of marks that I've got in my school final. So basically then that made me, after school final, I came to a college in Chennai. And where those who are not really getting a very good marks, where they will end up. So I will ended up one of those colleges. It's a great college. I liked it very much. And that's what most of the children around the cities, around Chennai city, living in the villages will end up. Because this is not a college which is really rated very high and with a great name and all. It's got a great name, but it may not be academically rated very high. So I will end up in the college. And then in that college, when I appeared my graduation, I progressed a bit. Even then, Susan would not have given me a scholarship because I've not reached that level yet. So I only finished my BCom at a second class. So Susan definitely, would not have given me that. And then after that, I pursued a chartered accountancy because given our background, family background, we couldn't afford, higher fees, schools and colleges. So we have consciously chosen, schools or college, and then chartered accountant because we couldn't afford a professional course like a medicine or engineering. So I landed up in chartered accountancy. And finally, at this point in time, then when I went through chartered accountancy, and I got an All India rank. So possibly at that time, had I approached Susan, she possibly could have, or STF could have supported me with a scholarship because I got an All India rank. But then I was not needing at that time in any case. So that was the academic part of it. And then I joined a private sector company, one of the leading reputed group called Murugappa Group in Chennai, as a management trainee. And then I worked, given my, the background, hard work, commitment to come up in life, and this is where it becomes relevant, the kind of support that I got, in this organization, in this group, was massive. They have trained me, the skill development, training, empowerment, mentoring, exposure, I got, in this group as part of my work. And that group, this work experience also taught me basic issues of transparency, governance, relationship building, capability building. So in other words, a lot of students here said, it is not just the financial support alone. It is the kind of the support that you guys have got in the form of mentoring, hand-holding, giving you the self-confidence. Those are really also came in. It's not just the financial support alone. So these aspects I've got in abundant in this group. And given my inherent, strength and character as someone who will always believe in hard work, sincerity, transparency, made me, and the ambition to grow in life, made me to become, from a managing, I joined this group as a management trainee and became managing director of the company. In fact, I was the first non-family member to become a managing director, in this group. In fact, I must also tell you, I forgot to tell you something else. You will be surprised in the school. I was the first person to finish school final in my village. And I was the first person to become a BCom graduate in my village. And I was the first chartered accountant to become one in my community. And I was the first one to become a non-family member to become a managing director in a very large organization. And this organization also gave an opportunity for me to build teams and only to see that number of my colleagues worked with me later become managing directors, promoters of banks, non-banking finance companies, one of them sitting here, and a managing director of a life insurance company, and even today, the managing director of Cholamandalam or the managing director of Cholamandalam Insurance were my colleagues, and they are part of me when I was there. So in other words, this gave me an opportunity to build several leaders, and through that I've learned a lot. And so in other words, whatever you as students were learning from STF, I've learned it because I didn't have an opportunity or lucky enough to have someone like STF in the early part of my life. But that got compensated by my, my workplace through my association with this large corporate and the group, business group. So that really, in fact, I always had this situation in terms of work life. All of us, particularly working in corporate life, you have this. And this is where I lean towards more work than life. And that's where my family supported me, my wife and children have supported me massively to concentrate on my job, to work in my job, to make a difference in my job. So that's really, and with after a successful career, if I can say so, I've actually retired because age has caught up me, and I retired. But then after that, I realized retirement is not for me because I'm going by my background, going by my DNA. What I've seen my parents, because in agriculture, no farmer will retire. Retirement is unknown. Retirement is known only to the formally qualified, working, city-oriented population, not for somebody in the village working in the agriculture fields. They work, there's nothing in retirement for them. So when I retired, initially I was wanting to retire, but then after 3 months I found my life is not that one. So that's where I've started a company in the housing finance. This company has grown over the last 16 years to a very respectable financial franchise, built a large business, and over time it became very financially sound business and growing year after year. And as someone who really was looking for a job early part of my career, we are able to create in this company jobs for now 4,000, Susan. We have moved up from 3,400. So 4,000 staff, which I see as 4,000 families. So that is really the my part of the life. Why I'm saying it is really my is that I would have thought it will be a motivation. I must also add, from whatever I've seen in life, I am not the only person to do this. There are several persons have really come up in life like this. As we have seen in the same hall, several students, with the help and support of STF, coming up in life. And also outside, whether in businesses or in politics or in several other aspects of life, a lot of us have come up through our own hard work and and follow, sound principles of honesty, transparency, governance, compliance, kind of thing. So there is an opportunity, all that we have to really, look for it and work very genuinely, towards that. In fact, as I'm really now, in this age, when I looked at my life, so what is that I've really done? At some point in time, I was looking at life in the form of work-life balance. And of late, maybe in the last 10 years, I've started looking at in terms of it is really wealth and purpose of life. In fact, in the last couple of years, I'm increasingly looking at the purpose of the life. Having gone through the circle in terms of work, wealth creation, now I'm looking at in terms of how can I make a difference to the society, in the form of, I've just started looking at, internally debating what is the purpose of my life going forward from here. And I'm very clear that it is, it's not work versus life. It is not, wealth versus purpose. Now I've really come to the conclusion. It's very clear that work, wealth creation, serving a purpose is my life. And that's part of, that is a life I'm wanting to, share. I think, this is where I'm seeing a lot of when I was listening to a lot of youngsters. I had the opportunity, as I told you, to work with a lot of youngsters when I started, when I joined Cholamandalam in 1988. In fact, we had about only 15, 20 staff. And that's where we have grown. And even when I started this APTES, I think only 4 of us were there. And me and Mr. Arulmani was sitting here, and 2 others. And there's one more person, Ben Shankar, who is sitting here. And the 4 of us really started the company and opened the door. And today we have 4,000 employees. And the average age of the staff is really 26, 27. There are young boys and girls looking for a lot of life, ahead of them. So I think, for somebody like one, when I heard the stories, I said I must start, I shared my life story, but then what is really very, very, very laudable is the life story of Sugun Thomas Foundation and Susan Thomas in particular. They had a life story of their own. Not only that, but they have now become creator of life stories, different life stories for almost 500. So they have really created 500 life stories. And this 500 life stories is going to build thousands of lives. Thousands of life stories. We have heard some of the life stories in the stage today. And that is remarkable. That's outstanding. And I would want to use this opportunity, to wish the very best to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are truly grateful for your time and for the encouragement you have given us. We understand that seizing opportunities and understanding ourselves are important for our growth as individuals. I now invite Ms. Elizabeth Alexander, mother of Mr. Sugun Thomas, to felicitate our chief guest and guests of honor with a gift.
I now invite Ms. Jayashree to deliver the oath of thanks.
My name is Jayashree. Have joined STF in 2016 after I completed my high school. I have completed BE in Electronics and Instrumentation in KCG College of Technology. I am so glad to be part of STF Alumni Association. I am currently working as application engineer at Amazon Development Center. I deem it an honor to render the vote of thanks on the occasion of the 20th annual day of Sugun Thomas Foundation. In this journey of Sugun Thomas Foundation, we are fortunate and grateful to be present here on this occasion and be inspired by all the motivating messages by the esteemed speakers of the day. I especially thank our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. M. Anandan, for his inspiring remarks. He is a man with a vision and a good heart. We are so fortunate to have had him give us such an encouraging and valuable speech. Thank you, sir. I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to the guest of honor, Mr. Bobby Simha and Mrs. Reshmi Menon, for gracing our annual day celebration with your presence. You made the occasion truly special and memorable for everyone, especially our beneficiaries. Your inspiring words, warm presence meant a great deal to us, added immense value to the event. I would like to thank John, my contemporary, for being a trailblazer and showing us the way to give back to this foundation. I want to thank all our guests for their constant and generous support and cooperation. Dear benefactors, we recognize and appreciate your presence and support in lighting up many lives in collaboration with the STF. We will not be here to celebrate this success without your generosity. Dear trustee members and management of STF, thank you for walking that extra mile and helping us achieve our dream, equipping us with skills, values, above all, embracing us with all our vulnerabilities and challenges. Dear mentors, you have accompanied us a journey with so much love, care, guidance. You have celebrated our success and partook in our anxious moments. We appreciate your presence in our growth of journey. Special thanks to the MCs for their appreciative involvement in steering this program. I can't fail to thank the principals of different institutions who are in our midst today, whose guidance have paved our paths. Special gratitude to the Good Shepherd for providing us the space for hosting our 20th annual day. Thank you all once again.
Maria John Franco from Elagiri, Don Bosco College, who has brought a surprise gift of love and gratitude, which will be received by Mr. Verghese on behalf of STF.
Thank you is all that it takes to express gratitude infinitely. We wholeheartedly thank each and everyone who has made it here today.
May this relationship of excellence and perfection be maintained in the years to come. We rise by lifting others up. This is what Sugun Thomas Foundation does. Until we meet next, it's Rohit and Geeta signing off. Thank you.